Welcome, listener, to 10 Wonderful Lessons from the Automatic Millionaire. Why you must read this book. The Automatic Millionaire is a game changer because it cuts through the noise of financial overwhelm with a clear, automated plan that works for everyone, regardless of income or expertise. It's your chance to escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, build real wealth, and live the American dream. Don't wait. Dive in and start your journey to millions today. David Bach's The Automatic Millionaire opens with a pulse-pounding invitation to transform your financial future. Picture yourself in a bookstore, weighed down by the stress of bills and fading dreams, when Bach's voice grabs you. What if I could make you a millionaire in just an hour or two? His promise is electrifying. A system that needs no budget, no superhuman discipline, just a few dollars a day, set up effortlessly from home. It's a bold claim, but Bach backs it with urgency and empathy. He dives into the heart of America's financial crisis. The 2007 housing crash and 2008 to 2009 recession wiped out $11 trillion, leaving retirees scrambling and dreams shattered. With 57% of workers holding less than $25,000 in savings, 1 in 3 with nothing, and credit card debt averaging over $8,400, the struggle is real. Bach doesn't just list problems. He exposes a broken system where paycheck-to-paycheck living traps millions, and boomers face retirement with a mere $1,000. But this isn't a tale of defeat. Bach's introduction is a rallying cry, insisting that the Automatic Millionaire is your ticket out. Through the story of Jim and Sue McIntyre, ordinary folks who amassed millions on modest incomes, he reveals a simple, automated plan that sidesteps complexity and willpower. This book is a must-read because it's a rebellion against financial despair, offering a proven, accessible path to wealth. In just hours, you'll meet a couple who crack the code and learn how to join them. Bach's challenge is clear. Read on, act now, and become an automatic millionaire. Your dream life awaits. Here are 10 wonderful lessons from the Automatic Millionaire. Lesson number 1: What matters is how much you spend, not how much you earn. Lesson number 2: Very few people are born to budget and try short form. Lesson number 3: Track your spending. Lesson number 4: Find your latte factor. Lesson number 5: You don't need discipline to become a millionaire. Lesson number 6: Pay yourself first. Lesson number 7: You can still get rich by being an employee. Lesson number 8: Pre-tax retirement plans are where wealth starts. Lesson number 9: Emergency fund equals good night's sleep. Lesson number 10: Strive for a debt-free lifestyle. And recap the Automatic Millionaire summary. Let go to detail of each lesson. Lesson number 1: What matters is how much you spend, not how much you earn. Your spending habits, not your salary, determine your wealth. Start small, redirect daily expenses, and watch your savings soar. In the heart of the Automatic Millionaire, David Bach unveils a truth that flips conventional financial wisdom on its head. Lesson number 1: What matters is how much you spend, not how much you earn. This principle, woven into the inspiring tale of Jim and Sue McIntyre, pulses with urgency, challenging the myth that a hefty paycheck is the key to wealth. Instead, Bach argues, it's the mindful control of your spending, those seemingly trivial daily choices, that shapes your financial destiny. Through vivid storytelling and real-world examples, he brings this lesson to life, showing how small, intentional shifts can lead to monumental wealth. Picture Jim and Sue McIntyre, an unassuming couple in their early 50s, sitting across from a skeptical young Bach in his office. Jim, a utility company manager earning a modest $40,000 a year, and Sue, a beautician with a flair for blonde highlights, don't look like millionaires. Yet, their financial statements reveal a staggering $2 million net worth, 2 homes owned outright, a $610,000 401k, $72,000 in Sue's retirement accounts, $160,000 in bonds, and $62,500 in cash. How did they do it? Not by earning 6 figures, but by mastering their spending. Bach, who was then out-earning them but drowning in his own paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, is floored. The McIntyre's secret lies in their laser focus on what they spent, not what they earned. The cornerstone of this lesson is Bach's iconic latte factor, a concept born from the McIntyre story. Early in their marriage, their parents pointed out a wasteful habit: smoking a pack of cigarettes daily. At the time, the cost was small, but the cumulative effect was staggering. By quitting, they saved enough in 2 years for a home down payment, a move that set them on the path to owning 2 properties debt-free. Bach translates this to modern terms. Imagine spending $5 a day on a latte and a muffin. It feels insignificant, but over 40 years, that $5 daily habit balloons to $1.2 million if invested at an 8% return. The McIntyres didn't need a windfall. They redirected small expenses into savings, proving that wealth grows from disciplined spending. Bach drives the point home with another example, the contrast between the McIntyres and a flashy client he met the same day. This man, in his mid-50s, roared up in a leased Porsche, sporting a gold Rolex and living in a $1 million home. He looked rich, but his reality was grim. An $800,000 mortgage, $75,000 in credit card debt, less than $100,000 in savings, and alimony payments to 2 ex-wives. His high income was devoured by reckless spending, leaving him leveraged to the hilt. The McIntyres, driving a Ford Taurus and wearing modest clothes, chose differently. They bought used cars with cash, avoided credit card debt, and saved 10% of their income first. Their frugal choices, not their earnings, made them millionaires. This lesson resonates because it's universal. Bach's narrative sparks a revelation. You don't need a bigger salary to build wealth. You need to control the small leaks in your spending. Whether it's cutting out daily takeout, skipping impulse buys, or automating savings before spending, the power lies in your choices. The McIntyre story is a clarion call. Focus on what you spend, and you can transform even a modest income into a millionaire's future. Lesson number 2, very few people are born to budget and try short form. Ditch the budget struggle and automate your finances. Set up automatic savings and investments today to build wealth effortlessly, just like the McIntyres did. In the vibrant tapestry of the Automatic Millionaire, David Bach delivers a liberating truth in lesson number 2. Very few people are born to budget and try short form, a principle that resonates like a sigh of relief for anyone who's ever crumpled a budget in frustration. Through the unassuming yet inspiring journey of Jim and Sue McIntyre, Bach dismantles the myth that financial success demands meticulous number crunching. Instead, he champions a simpler, automated approach that sidesteps the drudgery of budgeting altogether. With vivid storytelling and relatable examples, this lesson sparks hope, proving that wealth is within reach even for those who dread spreadsheets. Imagine a young David Bach, fresh-faced and eager, sitting across from Jim and Sue McIntyre in his cluttered office. Jim, a utility manager with a $40,000 salary, and Sue, a beautician with a knack for highlights, don't strike him as financial wizards. Yet, their balance sheet tells a different story. A $2 million net worth, including 2 debt-free homes, a $610,000 401k, $72,000 in Sue's retirement accounts, $160,000 in bonds, and $62,500 in cash. Bach, still tangled in his own paycheck-to-paycheck struggles, braces for their secret, a complex budgeting system, perhaps? Instead, Jim chuckles and admits, "We're not budget people." Sue nods, explaining they tried tracking every penny once, but it felt like a second job. Their success, they reveal, comes from automating their finances, a short-form strategy that requires minimal effort and delivers maximum results. Bach dubs this the short-form approach, a lifeline for the budget-averse. The McIntyres didn't track every coffee or coupon. They set up automatic deductions to save 10% of their income, pay their mortgage biweekly, and fund retirement accounts before spending a dime. This automation eliminated the need for constant decision-making, letting their wealth grow effortlessly. Bach illustrates with a modern example. Consider Sarah, a 30-year-old teacher earning $50,000. Budgeting apps overwhelmed her, so she automated $250 monthly into a Roth IRA and $200 into a savings account. Over 30 years, at an 8% return, that $450 monthly habit could grow to over $700,000, all without a single budget meeting. Sarah's story mirrors the McIntyres, proof that automation trumps tedious tracking. To contrast, Bach shares a cautionary tale of a client, Tom, a high-earning tech consultant who loved budgets. Tom spent hours tweaking spreadsheets, categorizing expenses, and chasing savings apps, but his $120,000 income vanished into dining out, car leases, and impulse gadgets. His obsession with budgeting distracted him from saving, leaving him with a paltry $10,000 in retirement savings at 45. The McIntyres, with half Tom's income, chose simplicity. Automatic transfers ensured their money worked for them, not against them. Their short-form system, setting up deductions once and letting them run, freed them to live richly without the budget burden. This lesson is a revelation, especially for those who've failed at budgeting. Bach's narrative ignites a spark. You don't need to be a born bookkeeper to build wealth. By embracing automation, anyone can bypass the budget trap and let their money grow on autopilot. The McIntyre story, paired with relatable examples, makes this principle a beacon of hope for the financially overwhelmed. Lesson number 3: track your spending. Grab a notebook or phone and track your spending for a week. Spot one small expense to cut, redirect it to savings, and watch your wealth grow, just like the McIntyres did. In the vibrant pages of The Automatic Millionaire, David Bach unveils lesson number 3: track your spending, a principle that feels like a flashlight piercing the fog of financial confusion. This lesson isn't about shackling yourself to a rigid budget, but about gaining clarity on where your money goes, a crucial first step to building wealth. Through the grounded wisdom of Jim and Sue McIntyre and vivid real-world examples, Bach transforms the mundane act of tracking spending into a powerful, liberating tool. His narrative crackles with urgency, showing how a simple awareness of your expenses can unlock the path to millions. Picture David Bach, a young financial advisor, sitting wide-eyed as Jim and Sue McIntyre unravel their $2 million net worth. With Jim's $40,000 utility manager salary and Sue's modest earnings as a beautician, their wealth, 2 debt-free homes, a $610,000 401k, $72,000 in Sue's retirement accounts, $160,000 in bonds, and $62,500 in cash, seems like magic. But Jim leans in, his voice steady, and shares a pivotal moment from early in their marriage. Their parents sat them down, urging them to track every penny for just 1 week. Write down what you spend, they said, and you'll see where your future is slipping away. That exercise revealed a surprising culprit: a daily pack of cigarettes. By quitting, they saved enough for a home down payment, a decision that snowballed into their millionaire status. Tracking wasn't about guilt, it was about empowerment. Bach builds on this with his latte factor concept, making tracking spending relatable and actionable. He asks readers to imagine a daily $5 coffee and pastry habit. Tracking that expense for a week, $35 total, reveals a yearly cost of $1,825. If redirected to savings at an 8% return, that habit could grow to over $1.2 million in 40 years. The McIntyre cigarette epiphany mirrors this. A small, tracked expense, once cut, became the seed of their wealth. Bach emphasizes that tracking doesn't require fancy apps or endless journals, just a notebook or a phone note for a few days to spot leaks like takeout, subscriptions, or impulse buys. To drive the lesson home, Bach contrasts the McIntyres with a client, Lisa, a marketing manager earning $80,000. Lisa never tracked her spending, assuming her high income covered her lifestyle. But her credit card statements told a different story: $200 monthly on dining out, $100 on used gym memberships, and $150 on online shopping sprees. Unaware, she saved nothing, her $10,000 in debt growing monthly. When Bach had her track expenses for a week, Lisa was shocked to see $450 vanish on non-essentials. Redirecting just half that to savings could have netted her $340,000 over 30 years at 8%. Unlike the McIntyres, Lisa's ignorance of her spending kept her broke. Bach's narrative makes tracking spending feel like a treasure hunt, not a chore. The McIntyre story, paired with Lisa's wake-up call, shows that awareness is the first step to control. By shining a light on your expenses, you can redirect small sums to savings, setting the stage for automation and wealth. This lesson is a rallying cry. Track your spending, even briefly, and you'll uncover the power to shape your financial future. Lesson number 4: find your latte factor. Track your spending for a week to find your latte factor, those small, daily expenses like coffee or lunches. Redirect just $5 a day to savings, and you could be on your way to millions, just like the McIntyres. Start now. In the heart of the Automatic Millionaire, David Bach ignites a financial revelation with lesson number 4. Find your latte factor, a concept that transforms the mundane into the monumental. This lesson, drawn from the unassuming brilliance of Jim and Sue McIntyre, isn't about deprivation, but about uncovering the hidden leaks in your daily spending that could fund a millionaire's future. Bach's narrative pulses with excitement, weaving the McIntyre story with vivid examples to show how small, overlooked expenses, your personal latte factor, hold the key to wealth. It's a wake-up call delivered with the thrill of discovery, urging you to find and redirect those dollars before they slip away. Imagine David Bach, a young financial advisor still finding his footing, sitting across from Jim and Sue McIntyre in a modest office. Jim, a utility manager earning $40,000, and Sue, a beautician with a warm smile, don't look like millionaires. Yet, their financial snapshot is staggering. A $2 million net worth, including 2 debt-free homes, a $610,000 401k, $72,000 in Sue's retirement accounts, $160,000 in municipal bonds, and $62,500 in cash. Bach, wrestling with his own financial chaos, presses for their secret. Sue's eyes light up as she recalls a pivotal moment from their early marriage. Their parents, wise and frugal, challenged them to track their spending and spotted a daily pack of cigarettes draining their budget. That was our latte factor, Sue says. Quitting saved them $3 a day, peanuts, it seemed, but over 2 years, it funded a home down payment, the cornerstone of their wealth. That small act of awareness, redirecting a trivial expense, set them on a path to millions. Bach coins the term latte factor to capture this magic, making it relatable for everyone. Picture a daily $5 latte and muffin habit, a ritual so ingrained it feels essential. Track it for a week, and it's $35, a year, $1,825. Now, imagine redirecting that $5 daily to an investment account earning 8%. Over 40 years, Bach calculates, it could grow to a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. The McIntyre cigarette savings worked the same way. A tiny expense, once eliminated, became a seed that grew into 2 homes and a robust portfolio. Bach's narrative crackles with possibility, urging you to find your own latte factor, whether it's takeout, streaming subscriptions, or impulse buys, and turn it into wealth. To hammer the point home, Bach introduces Maria, a 28-year-old graphic designer earning $55,000. Maria scoffed at the idea of saving, claiming her income barely covered rent and bills. But when Bach asked her to track her spending, she discovered her latte factor, $10 daily on lunch and $4 on energy drinks, totaling $14 a day. That's $5,110 a year. Redirecting just $10 daily to a Roth IRA could grow to $760,000 by age 68 at 8%. Maria's eyes widened. Her small habits were costing her a fortune. Contrast this with the McIntyres, who spotted their latte factor early and acted. Maria's story shows the cost of inaction, while the McIntyres proves the reward of awareness. Bach's storytelling makes finding your latte factor feel like a treasure hunt. It's not about guilt or sacrifice, but about redirecting small sums to build a future you deserve. The McIntyre's cigarette pack, Maria's lunches, everyday expenses hold untapped potential. This lesson is a clarion call. Hunt down your latte factor, plug the leak, and watch your wealth soar. Lesson number 5: you don't need discipline to become a millionaire. Forget discipline. Automate your savings today. Set up automatic deductions for a 401k or savings account, like the McIntyres, and watch your wealth grow effortlessly toward a millionaire's future. In the pulsing narrative of the Automatic Millionaire, David Bach delivers a game-changing revelation with lesson number 5. You don't need discipline to become a millionaire. This principle is a breath of fresh air, shattering the myth that wealth demands ironclad willpower or monk-like restraint. Through the unassuming triumph of Jim and Sue McIntyre, Bach shows that automation, not discipline, is the secret to millions. His storytelling crackles with hope, weaving real-world examples to prove that anyone can build wealth effortlessly by setting up systems that work on autopilot. It's a rallying cry for the overwhelmed, promising a path to riches without the grind. Picture a young David Bach, his desk littered with financial charts, sitting across from Jim and Sue McIntyre. Jim, a utility manager earning $40,000, and Sue, a beautician with a warm laugh, don't fit the millionaire mold. Yet, their numbers tell a stunning story. A $2 million net worth, including 2 debt-free homes, a $610,000 401k, $72,000 in Sue's retirement accounts, $160,000 in municipal bonds, and $62,500 in cash. Bach, still wrestling with his own financial missteps, expects a tale of grueling discipline. Instead, Jim shrugs, admitting, "We're not disciplined people." Sue chimes in, explaining they're lazy rich. Their wealth grew not from daily sacrifice, but from automating their finances. They set up automatic deductions to save 10% of their income, pay their mortgage biweekly, and fund retirement accounts before spending. This system, requiring just a few hours to establish, ran itself, letting their wealth snowball without constant effort. Bach seizes this idea, showing how automation bypasses the need for discipline. Take Sarah, a 32-year-old nurse earning $60,000, who always struggled to save. Budgets felt like punishment, and her willpower fizzled by month's end. Inspired by Bach, she automated $300 monthly to a 401k and $100 to a savings account, directly from her paycheck. Over 30 years at an 8% return, that $400 monthly habit could grow to $680,000. Sarah didn't need to resist daily temptations. Her money was saved before she could spend it. Her story echoes the McIntyres, proving that a one-time setup can outsmart fleeting discipline. For contrast, Bach introduces Mark, a 40-year-old sales manager earning $100,000. Mark prided himself on discipline, manually transferring savings each month and vowing to cut expenses. But life, unexpected bills, kids' activities, or a tempting vacation derailed his plans. After a year, his savings account held just $2,000, and his credit card debt crept up. Mark's reliance on willpower failed where the McIntyres' automation succeeded. Their system didn't care about busy days or weak moments. It just worked, quietly building their fortune. Bach's narrative transforms this lesson into a beacon of possibility. You don't need to be a financial saint to become a millionaire, just smart enough to automate. The McIntyres' lazy rich approach, paired with Sarah's success and Mark's struggle, shows that discipline is overrated. Set up automatic deductions, and your wealth grows while you live your life. This lesson is a call to action. Ditch the guilt, embrace automation, and let your money make you a millionaire. Lesson number 6: pay yourself first. Set up an automatic 10% deduction from your paycheck into a 401k or IRA today. Pay yourself first, like the McIntyres, and watch your wealth grow without stress. In the vibrant pulse of the Automatic Millionaire, David Bach unveils lesson number 6: pay yourself first, a principle that feels like a battle cry for financial independence. This isn't about scrimping or slashing your lifestyle. It's about prioritizing your future by saving before spending on anything else. Through the grounded wisdom of Jim and Sue McIntyre and compelling real-world examples, Bach crafts a narrative that crackles with urgency, showing how this simple habit can turn even a modest income into a millionaire's fortune. The story of paying yourself first is a beacon, illuminating a path to wealth that anyone can follow. Picture a young David Bach, his tie slightly askew, sitting across from Jim and Sue McIntyre in his modest office. Jim, a utility manager earning $40,000, and Sue, a beautician with a warm smile, don't look like millionaires. Yet, their financial snapshot is jaw-dropping. A $2 million net worth, including 2 debt-free homes, a $610,000 401k, $72,000 in Sue's retirement accounts, $160,000 in bonds, and $62,500 in cash. Bach, still caught in his own financial treadmill, presses for their secret. Jim leans forward, his voice steady. We always paid ourselves first. From their very first paychecks, They automatically diverted 10% into savings and retirement accounts before touching a dime for bills or groceries. This habit, instilled by their parents, ensured their money worked for them, not just their landlords or creditors. Bach makes this principle tangible with the McIntyre's example. Their 10% savings, $4,000 annually from Jim's salary alone, went straight into Jim's 401k, where employer matches and compound interest ballooned it to $610,000 over decades. Sue's smaller contributions to her IRA grew to $72,000, fueled by the same discipline. By paying themselves first, they built a safety net that funded investments, like their rental property, without ever feeling deprived. Bach translates this to a modern scenario. Imagine Emma, a 25-year-old nurse earning $50,000. By automatically saving 10%, $5,000 yearly, into a 401k with a 4% employer match, she could amass over $1.5 million by 65, assuming an 8% return. Emma's life doesn't change. She still enjoys coffee dates, but her future is secure because she paid herself first. To contrast, Bach shares the story of Greg, a 40-year-old sales rep earning $90,000. Greg paid everyone else first: mortgage, car loans, credit cards, leaving nothing for savings. His $5,000 in retirement funds at 40 paled against the McIntyre's millions. If Greg had saved 10% from age 25, he'd have over $300,000 by now. His failure to prioritize himself kept him chained to debt and stress. The McIntyres, with half Greg's income, chose differently, automating their 10% savings to bypass temptation and build wealth effortlessly. Bach's narrative is electric, making pay yourself first a rallying cry for anyone tired of living paycheck to paycheck. The McIntyre story, paired with Emma's potential and Greg's misstep, shows that wealth starts with one decision: save first, automatically. This lesson is a wake-up call, urging you to claim your financial future before the world claims your paycheck. Lesson number 7: you can still get rich by being an employee. Enroll in your employer's 401k or 403b today and automate 10% contributions to capture matches. Like the McIntyres, use your job's benefits to build a millionaire's future. In the vibrant narrative of the Automatic Millionaire, David Bach delivers lesson number 7. You can still get rich by being an employee, a beacon of hope for the millions clocking in at 9-to-5 jobs. This principle shatters the myth that wealth is reserved for entrepreneurs or high flyers, proving that a steady paycheck, when managed wisely, can pave the road to millions. Through the inspiring story of Jim and Sue McIntyre and relatable modern examples, Bach crafts a tale that hums with possibility, showing how employees can harness workplace benefits and discipline habits to achieve financial independence. The narrative is a rallying cry, urging every worker to see their job as a wealth-building engine. Imagine David Bach, a young financial advisor with dreams bigger than his bank account, sitting across from Jim and Sue McIntyre in his modest office. Jim, a utility company manager earning a humble $40,000, and Sue, a beautician with a knack for highlights, don't scream millionaire. Yet, their financial reality is staggering: a $2 million net worth, including 2 debt-free homes, a $610,000 401k, $72,000 in Sue's retirement accounts, $160,000 in bonds, and $62,500 in cash. Bach, still grappling with his own financial missteps, is stunned. Jim's secret? He maximized his employee benefits. His company's 401k plan, with automatic contributions and a generous employer match, grew his modest savings into a retirement powerhouse. Sue, though self-employed, mirrored this by diligently funding her IRA. Their employee mindset, leveraging workplace tools like pre-tax accounts and matches, turned their paychecks into a fortune. Bach brings this lesson to life with a modern example. Meet Maria, a 30-year-old school administrator earning $55,000. Maria enrolled in her employer's 403b plan, contributing 10% of her salary, $5,500 annually, and earning a 5% employer match. With an 8% return, her account could grow to over $1.7 million by age 65. She also uses her company's flexible spending account to save pre-tax dollars for healthcare, boosting her take-home pay. Maria's no CEO, but her employee benefits, combined with automatic savings and a frugal lifestyle, mirror the McIntyre's path, proving that a steady job can build serious wealth. To contrast, Bach shares the story of Kevin, a 45-year-old warehouse supervisor earning $70,000. Kevin opted out of his company's 401k, dismissing it as too complicated, and saved nothing. With no retirement funds and $15,000 in credit card debt, he's far from the McIntyre security. If Kevin had contributed 10% from age 25 with a 4% employer match, he'd have over $500,000 by now. His failure to use employee benefits left him stuck, while the McIntyre's strategic use of workplace tools made them rich. Bach's narrative is electric, transforming the employee role into a launchpad for wealth. The McIntyre story, paired with Maria's success and Kevin's misstep, shows that riches don't require a corner office, just smart use of your job's resources. This lesson is a wake-up call for every worker. Your paycheck, paired with automation and employer benefits, can make you an automatic millionaire. Lesson number 8: pre-tax retirement plans are where wealth starts. Enroll in your 401k or open an IRA today. Automate 10% contributions to capture tax breaks and matches, like the McIntyres, and start building your millionaire future. In the vibrant pages of The Automatic Millionaire, David Bach unveils lesson number 8. Pre-tax retirement plans are where wealth starts, a principle that shines like a lighthouse for anyone seeking financial freedom. This lesson underscores the power of pre-tax retirement accounts, like 401k, and IRAs, as the cornerstone of wealth building, offering tax advantages and employer matches that turbocharge savings. Through the inspiring journey of Jim and Sue McIntyre and compelling modern examples, Bach weaves a narrative that pulses with urgency, showing how these plans can transform modest contributions into millions. It's a call to action, proving that wealth begins with a single, smart decision to leverage these tools. Picture David Bach, a young financial advisor with big dreams and a small bank account, sitting across from Jim and Sue McIntyre in his cluttered office. Jim, a utility manager earning $40,000, and Sue, a beautician with a warm demeanor, don't look like millionaires. Yet, their financial reality is staggering: a $2 million net worth, including 2 debt-free homes, a $610,000 401k, $72,000 in Sue's retirement accounts, $160,000 in bonds, and $62,500 in cash. Bach, still navigating his own financial missteps, presses for their secret. Jim points to his company's 401k, where he automatically contributed 10% of his salary from day one. The pre-tax deductions lowered his taxable income, and his employer's 50% match on the first 6% supercharged his savings. Sue, self-employed, diligently funded her IRA, reaping similar tax benefits. These pre-tax plans were the engine of their wealth, turning small, consistent contributions into a fortune. Bach brings this lesson to life with a modern example. Meet Priya, a 28-year-old software engineer earning $65,000. Priya maxes out her 401k contributions at $20,500 annually, the 2025 limit, reducing her taxable income by that amount and saving her $4,500 in taxes, assuming a 22% tax bracket. Her employer matches 50% on the first 6%, $1,950, adding free money to her account. At an 8% return, her contributions could grow to over $2.3 million by age 65. Priya's pre-tax 401k, like Jim's, is a wealth-building machine, fueled by tax savings and compound interest. She also opens a Roth IRA for additional tax-advantaged growth, mirroring Sue's strategy. To contrast, Bach shares the story of Carlos, a 42-year-old retail manager earning $60,000. Carlos dismissed his company's 401k as too risky, opting to save in a taxable savings account instead. With no tax breaks or employer match, his $5,000 annual savings grew slowly, reaching just $50,000 by 42. If he'd contributed 10%, $6,000, to a 401k with a 4% match from age 25, he'd have over $400,000 by now at 8%. Unlike the McIntyres, Carlos's avoidance of pre-tax plans left him far from financial security. Bach's narrative is electrifying, making pre-tax retirement plans feel like a golden ticket to wealth. The McIntyre's success, paired with Priya's potential and Carlos's misstep, shows that these accounts are accessible to anyone with a paycheck. This lesson is a wake-up call. Start contributing to a 401k or IRA today, and let tax advantages and time build your fortune. Lesson number 9: emergency fund equals good night's sleep. Open a high-yield savings account and automate $50 to $200 monthly to build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Like the McIntyres, secure your peace and wealth with this simple step. In the vibrant narrative of the Automatic Millionaire, David Bach unveils lesson number 9. Emergency fund equals good night's sleep, a principle that feels like a warm blanket in a financial storm. This lesson isn't just about saving money. It's about securing peace of mind, ensuring that life's unexpected blows, car repairs, medical bills, or job loss don't derail your path to wealth. Through the grounded wisdom of Jim and Sue McIntyre and compelling modern examples, Bach crafts a story that hums with reassurance, showing how an emergency fund transforms worry into confidence. It's a call to action, proving that a small, automated stash can be your financial lifeline. Imagine David Bach, a young financial advisor with ambition outweighing his bank balance, sitting across from Jim and Sue McIntyre in his modest office. Jim, a utility manager earning $40,000, and Sue, a beautician with a knack for connection, reveal a $2 million net worth, 2 debt-free homes, a $610,000 401k, $72,000 in Sue's retirement accounts, $160,000 in bonds, and $62,500 in cash. Bach, still dodging his own financial stress, probes for their secret. Sue smiles softly and shares a lesson from their parents. Always keep an emergency fund. Early in their marriage, they automated $50 monthly into a high-yield savings account, building a $15,000 cushion. When Jim's car broke down or Sue's salon hit a slow month, they tapped this fund, avoiding credit card debt or dipping into retirement savings. This safety net let them sleep soundly, knowing their wealth-building plan was safe. Bach makes this lesson tangible with a modern example. Meet Aisha, a 32-year-old graphic designer earning $60,000. Aisha automates $200 monthly into a high-yield online savings account, like those offered by Ally or Marcus in 2025, building a $7,200 emergency fund in 3 years. When her apartment's heater fails, costing $2,000, Aisha pays cash, preserving her 401k and avoiding $500 in credit card interest. Her fund, covering 6 months of expenses, mirrors the McIntyre strategy, giving her the confidence to save 10% for retirement without fear of derailment. Aisha sleeps soundly, knowing she's prepared for life's curveballs. To contrast, Bach shares the story of Ryan, a 38-year-old mechanic earning $50,000. Ryan never built an emergency fund, believing his steady job was enough. When a medical emergency cost $3,000, he charged it to a credit card at 18% interest, adding $540 in annual interest and delaying his debt-free goals. With no cushion, Ryan's stress skyrocketed, and he cut his retirement contributions to cover payments. Unlike the McIntyres, Ryan's lack of an emergency fund turned a setback into a financial spiral, robbing him of peace and progress. Bach's narrative is a soothing yet urgent wake-up call, making the emergency fund feel like a non-negotiable pillar of wealth. The McIntyre story, paired with Aisha's preparedness and Ryan's struggle, shows that a small, automated fund can shield your dreams from chaos. This lesson is a lifeline for anyone craving financial calm. Start your emergency fund today and sleep better tonight. Lesson number 10: strive for a debt-free lifestyle. List your debts and use the DOLP system to pay off high-interest ones first. Automate extra payments and avoid new debt, like the McIntyres, to build a stress-free, millionaire future. In the vibrant pages of the Automatic Millionaire, David Bach delivers lesson number 10. Strive for a debt-free lifestyle, a principle that feels like a gust of fresh air in a world choked by credit card bills and loan payments. This lesson isn't about shaming debt, but about embracing the freedom and power that come from living without it. Through the inspiring story of Jim and Sue McIntyre and compelling modern examples, Bach weaves a narrative that crackles with urgency, showing how a debt-free life fuels wealth building and peace of mind. It's a rallying cry, urging readers to break free from debt's grip and claim their financial future. Picture David Bach, a young financial advisor with more ambition than savings, sitting across from Jim and Sue McIntyre in his modest office. Jim, a utility manager earning $40,000, and Sue, a beautician with a knack for warmth, reveal a $2 million net worth, 2 debt-free homes, a $610,000 401k, $72,000 in Sue's retirement accounts, $160,000 in bonds, and $62,500 in cash. Bach, still dodging his own financial missteps, is stunned. How did they do it? Sue shares their secret. We don't borrow money. From day one, they avoided credit card debt, paid cash for cars, and used bi-weekly mortgage payments to own their homes outright years early. This debt-free lifestyle, rooted in their parents' wisdom, freed their income for savings and investments, letting them sleep soundly while their wealth grew. Bach brings this lesson to life with a modern example. Meet Jamal, a 29-year-old teacher earning $50,000. Inspired by Bach's book, Jamal adopts a debt-free mindset. He pays off his $8,000 credit card balance using Bach's DOLP, debt on last payment, system, prioritizing high-interest cards and automating extra payments. He buys a used car with cash and rents affordably, saving 10%, $5,000 yearly, for his 403b. At an 8% return, this could grow to $1.5 million by 65. Jamal's debt-free life, like the McIntyres, channels his income into wealth, not interest payments, giving him freedom to pursue his passions without financial stress. To contrast, Bach shares the story of Lauren, a 35-year-old marketing coordinator earning $70,000. Lauren lives a buy now, pay later lifestyle, with $20,000 in credit card debt at 18% interest and a $15,000 car loan. Her minimum payments eat $600 monthly, costing her $7,200 yearly, with no savings. If she'd avoided debt and saved that $600 monthly from age 25, she'd have over $200,000 by now at 8%. Unlike the McIntyres, Lauren's debt traps her in a cycle of stress and missed opportunities, her income serving creditors instead of her future. Bach's narrative is electrifying, making a debt-free lifestyle feel like a liberation movement. The McIntyre success, paired with Jamal's progress and Lauren's struggle, shows that living without debt isn't just possible, it's transformative. This lesson is a wake-up call. Pay off debt, avoid new borrowing, and redirect your income to build a millionaire's future. Recap the Automatic Millionaire summary. In the bustling world of personal finance literature, David Bach's The Automatic Millionaire, a powerful one-step plan to live and finish rich, stands out as a beacon of simplicity and practicality. First published in 2003 and updated in 2016, this book has transformed the financial lives of millions by offering a straightforward, actionable roadmap to achieving wealth without requiring immense discipline or a high income. Through the inspiring story of an ordinary couple, the McIntyres, and a series of clear, automated strategies, Bach demystifies the path to financial independence. This summary delves into the core principles of the book, exploring its key concepts, actionable steps, and the profound impact it has had on readers worldwide. The Genesis, meeting the Automatic Millionaires. The narrative begins with a pivotal moment in Bach's career as a young financial advisor in his mid-20s. While teaching an investment class, he encounters Jim McIntyre, a middle-aged utility company manager earning a modest $40,000 annually. Jim, unassuming in his short-sleeved shirt and plastic pocket protector, shocks Bach by announcing his plan to retire at 52. Skeptical, Bach agrees to meet Jim and his wife, Sue, a beautician, to review their finances. What he discovers is nothing short of revelatory. The McIntyres, despite their average incomes and unremarkable appearances, have amassed a net worth approaching $2 million. They own 2 homes outright, a primary residence valued at $450,000 and a rental property worth $325,000, have no debt, and possess substantial retirement savings, including Jim's $610,000 401k, Sue's $72,000 in retirement accounts, $160,000 in municipal bonds, and $62,500 in cash. Their financial portfolio is bolstered by rental income, a small pension, and Sue's continued work as a beautician. This couple, who drive a Ford Taurus and wear modest clothing, embody the antithesis of the flashy, debt-ridden clients Bach typically encounters. Intrigued and humbled, Bach probes for their secret. The McIntyres reveal that their wealth stems not from inheritances or extraordinary discipline, but from a set of common-sense principles instilled by their parents. These principles, centered around automation and mindful spending, form the backbone of Bach's Automatic Millionaire philosophy. Core principles: the Automatic Millionaire philosophy. Bach distills the McIntyres' approach into a series of principles that challenge conventional financial wisdom. The book's central thesis is that anyone can become a millionaire over time by making their financial plan automatic, thus eliminating the need for constant discipline or complex budgeting. Here are the key tenets. 1. You don't need a lot of money to be rich. The McIntyres' modest income proves that wealth accumulation is possible without a high salary. It's about consistent, small actions over time. 2. The latte factor: small savings, big impact. Bach introduces the concept of the latte factor, which highlights how small, daily expenditures, like a $5 coffee, can accumulate into significant sums if redirected to savings. For the McIntyres, quitting smoking saved them enough for a home down payment. 3. Pay yourself first. The McIntyres prioritize saving 10% of their income before paying bills, a strategy that ensured consistent wealth building. This habit, automated through payroll deductions, allowed them to amass substantial retirement savings. 4. Make it automatic. The cornerstone of Bach's plan is automation. By setting up automatic deductions for savings, investments, and debt payments, individuals can bypass the temptation to spend and ensure consistent progress. 5. Homeownership as wealth building. Owning a home and paying off the mortgage early is a key strategy. The McIntyres used bi-weekly mortgage payments to shave years off their loans, freeing up cash for further investments. 6. Avoid debt. The McIntyres adhered to a strict no-debt policy, paying for purchases in cash and avoiding credit card balances. This discipline preserved their income for savings and investments. 7. Give back. Bach emphasizes the importance of tithing or charitable giving, which fosters a sense of purpose and aligns financial success with personal values. These principles are woven into a narrative that alternates between the McIntyre story and practical advice, making the book both inspirational and actionable. Chapter-by-chapter breakdown. Chapter 1. Meeting the Automatic Millionaire. This chapter introduces Jim and Sue McIntyre, whose financial success challenges Bach's assumptions. Their story sets the stage for the book's message. Ordinary people can achieve extraordinary wealth through simple, automated strategies. Chapter 2. The Latte Factor. Bach explains the latte factor, urging readers to identify and redirect small daily expenses. He provides examples, like cutting out a $5 daily coffee habit, which could grow to over $1 million over 40 years if invested at an 8% return. This concept empowers readers to see the potential in seemingly insignificant savings. Chapter 3. Learn to pay yourself first. Here, Bach elaborates on the importance of saving 10% of income before expenses. He introduces the concept of pre-tax retirement accounts like 401k, and IRAs, which offer tax advantages and employer matches. The McIntyre's success with this strategy underscores its effectiveness. Chapter 4. Now make it automatic. Automation is the heart of the plan. Bach details how to set up automatic deductions for retirement accounts, savings, and investments. He recommends tools like direct deposit and online banking, which were revolutionary in 2003 and even more accessible by 2016. Chapter 5. Automate for a rainy day. Bach stresses the importance of an emergency fund, recommending 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses. Automatic transfers to a high-yield savings account, such as ING Direct, popular at the time, ensure this safety net grows effortlessly. Chapter 6. Automatic debt-free homeownership. This chapter outlines strategies for paying off a mortgage early, such as biweekly payments, which the McIntyres used to own 2 homes outright. Bach explains how this approach reduces interest and accelerates equity building. Chapter 7. The Automatic Debt-Free Lifestyle. Bach advocates for a debt-free life, introducing the DOLP, debt on last payment, system to prioritize and pay off credit card debt. He emphasizes paying cash for purchases and avoiding high-interest loans. Chapter 8. Make a difference with automatic tithing. Tithing, or giving 10% of income to charity, is presented as a way to align financial success with personal values. Bach encourages automating charitable contributions to make giving consistent and meaningful. Chapter 9. The Automatic Millionaire Blueprint. Added in the 2016 update, this chapter provides a one-page chart summarizing the book's strategies. It serves as a quick reference for readers to implement their automated financial plan. Real-life impact, success stories. The book concludes with a collection of reader testimonials, showcasing the transformative power of Bach's advice. From single mothers like Teresa K., who paid off $40,000 in credit card debt, to young couples like Rick and Longstreet, who automated their savings and debt payments. These stories illustrate the universal applicability of the Automatic Millionaire plan. Readers like Kat Harrington, a high school student, highlight the book's accessibility, noting its potential to shape financial habits early. Implementation, action steps, and tools. Each chapter ends with Automatic Millionaire action steps, concise checklists that guide readers to immediate action. For example, readers are encouraged to track their latte factor, open a retirement account, set up automatic deductions, and contact their mortgage lender about biweekly payments. Bach also offers free resources, such as the Automatic Millionaire Jumpstart audio program and tools at finishRich.com to support implementation. The 2016 update, Adapting to a Changing World. The updated edition reflects changes since 2003, including the 2007 to 2009 recession, technological advancements, and updated tax laws. Bach notes the rise in millionaires, over 10 million in the U.S. by 2016, but acknowledges ongoing financial struggles, with 57% of workers having less than $25,000 in savings. New recommendations include leveraging online banking tools, exploring robo-advisors, and using updated retirement account limits. The addition of the Blueprint chapter and success stories enhances the book's relevance. Conclusion: a timeless roadmap to wealth. The Automatic Millionaire is more than a personal finance book. It's a movement that empowers individuals to reclaim the American dream. By focusing on automation, Bach removes the barriers of discipline and complexity, making wealth building accessible to all. The McIntyre story serves as a powerful reminder that wealth is not about appearances, but about consistent, intentional actions. The book's emphasis on small changes, like redirecting a $5 daily expense or automating a 10% savings rate, resonates with readers across income levels and life stages. Bach's approach is both practical and inspirational, blending actionable advice with real-life success stories. The 2016 update ensures its relevance in a rapidly changing financial landscape, while the core message remains timeless. Automate your financial plan, and you can't fail. For anyone seeking financial independence without the stress of budgeting or the need for a high income, the Automatic Millionaire offers a proven, straightforward path to living and finishing rich. Final thoughts. As Bach writes, you deserve to live the American dream. You just need to learn the secret of how to do it. Through the Automatic Millionaire, he shares that secret, proving that wealth is within reach for anyone willing to take the first step. Whether you're a young professional, a retiree, or somewhere in between, this book is a call to action, a reminder that small, automated steps today can lead to a millionaire's future tomorrow.